Hello beautiful people, thank you so much for tuning in, watching and listening. This is going to be the mid-December 2022 reading for the zodiac sign of Virgo. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, I forgot to say a little bit earlier, I do recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to make sure you get a full picture of everything that's going on for you. But let's go ahead and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close. So last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at what's happening through the remainder of December. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We're also going to do 3 yes or no questions, take a look at your crystal of the month, and do a healing note. But again, let's go back to column number 1, what's wrapping up and coming to a close. We have the card, summary card of listen. So definitely for these last few weeks, Virgo, it's been really important that you have been listening. And I will say it seems like you've done a good job of that. But listening is probably one of the most important things you could have done in these last few weeks. Let's see though what messages we have coming through here. Okay, the first card that we have is the Fool card. The Fool card is the first card in the Major Arcana. This is a card of taking chances. It's new paths, new beginnings, fresh hope, new adventures, really just generally speaking a new start. But interestingly enough, if you look, all of these cards are pointing to a new start, so definitely something new here for you in the last few weeks. The next card that we have is the Six of Swords. I realize this card looks a little gloomy. Everybody's facing away from us. Their heads are hanging low, and there's a bunch of swords stuck in the boat. But if you look, the boat is moving in a forward, positive direction. And this just indicates that we're going through a necessary transition. It's necessary to move on to whatever this new thing is. For some of you, this could be physically moving or relocating as well. At the bottom here, we have the Ace of Swords. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. With the case of Ace of Swords, this is new idea, new mental clarity. It's like you have the information that you need to go through this transition and move on to this new beginning here, Virgo. Let's see, though, what we have in terms of clarifiers. The first clarifier we have is the Six of Swords. If you've watched my readings before, you always know I like when we get the same card in the same row like this. It's basically a really clean-cut message from the universe. It's like the universe saying, I said what I meant. So again, with this Six of Swords, it's an indicator of going through a necessary transition. So really, truly, this new beginning is the next step that you need. The next card that we have is the Star card. The Star card is a card of renewal, hope, and clarity. I like this. This new beginning, this transition that you're going through is going to be very renewing. It's going to be very hopeful. Clarity has come up too, so again, indicating clarity here as well. And at the bottom we have the World card. The World card is the last card in the Major Arcana. It's a card of completing a goal, completing a lesson. It can be also a card of moving, so definitely some of you could have been moving or relocating, but it's like we're ending whatever so we can move on to this new beginning. And again, all of these cards pointing towards that new beginning. So in general, it looks like it's been a pretty decent last few weeks. Listening definitely tying in there, given that clarity it seems that has come through. Okay, now let's take a look at our next column, which is just general, what's coming through the end of December. Some of the key events here. The first card that our summary card here is Perspective. It's interesting because there's a lot of similar energy coming through as there was with the Listen card. With this Perspective card, it's continuing to grow. It's continuing to gain knowledge. Your perspective on something, though, is changing, and that very well could be part of this transition as well. It's like you're adjusting to something you really want. What you wanted 5 years ago is no longer what you want, Leo, Virgo, and that's some of that transition that we're seeing that's coming through. Okay, let's take a look here, see what other messages we've got going on. Okay, the first card that we have is the King of Cups. The King of Cups is very supportive, very tolerant, very empathetic. This is a card of leadership, so you very well could be moving into a leadership role, or you're really taking the lead on this new transformation. With the King of Cups, it's important that we make sure that we're tolerant and we're empathetic. Not all transitions are seamless, or something as significant as like changing your perspective or realizing what you wanted 5 years ago is not what you want now. That kind of takes some tolerance, that takes some patience as you process through and really get on the path and get on the direction that you're going, Virgo. So do just keep that in mind. But again, I see you taking the lead here, and some of you quite literally could be moving into a leadership role in terms of career. The next card that we have is the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is a card of worry. Specifically, this seems like there's something money-wise you're worried about, Virgo. We're going to clarify this, and then we're going to do a whole column specific to money. I'm not seeing money issues necessarily, but again, I do see you kind of worried about money. This can also be a card of illness too, so just be cautious going into the end of the year as we like get into winter, or I guess probably not winter for everybody watching, but just make sure that we're keeping an eye out for those seasons changing and that being cold time. I guess even like going into summer, like anytime seasons change, it seems like that's when all the colds come out and about. So be aware of that, and if you are feeling sick, make sure you're getting lots of rest. That seems to be a good solution there. But again, we'll clarify and see. I just see some of you worried about money. The next card that we have is the Justice card. The Justice card is one of those cards that's always favorable for you, Virgo, so I like to see it. It's very much so cause and effect, like because you did this, this is what's happening, but like in a positive way. Like since you put in this effort, you're getting this promotion. Since you've gone to the gym 5 days a week, you've lost this weight. So again, it's kind of that cause and effect type energy. It's also win-win solution, so it's like positivity all around, which we like to see. This is really good in terms of finding out information as well. Again, information is really empowering that perspective, gaining knowledge here. And with the Justice card, if you have like something contractual, legal matters, matters of the court, we like to see the Justice card. The Justice card is indicating a favorable outcome for you in those scenarios. Okay, the first clarifier we have is the Judgment card. The Judgment card is a card very almost similar to the Justice card. Again, Virgo, a card that's favorable for you. This is a card of clarity. So again, continuing to gain that information, gain that perspective. We're kind of checking and adjusting, getting ourselves on the right path here. This is also a card of making a decision as well as living your life's purpose. And I kept saying earlier, getting on your path, getting on your life's path. So very well aligned with the Judgment card. So more knowledge coming in and getting you on the path that you want to be on. The next card that we have is the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is a very generous card. It's a card of giving or receiving help. This is kind of an interesting message. So I think if you are, again, I don't foresee financial issues really for any of you. Like if you did need financial help, it seems like the support is there. That's the message I'm getting. So again, I don't foresee any money issues, so try not to worry about it, try not to stress about it. And again, if you are feeling sick, make sure you do a little bit of rest and recovery there. At the bottom, we have the King of Swords, we have the King of Cups, and now we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is very intentional, it's very strategic, it's very long-term. I like to see this because, again, you're really in this position where your perspective is changing and your thought process is changing and what you want is changing. But it looks like it's good long-term. It's very strategic, it's very thoughtful. It's aligned with where you want to be, who you want to be. Okay, now this time let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to money. Think job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have. I did just get this new deck of cards, so let's pull a card from there really quick. These are kind of like money tips, tricks, practices. This says, take time to be playful and experience joy around money. Dance with it in your hands, laugh and throw it in the air. Allow yourself to become familiar with joy and financial abundance flowing together. So again, this is anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, whatever you associate with money here, Virgo. The first card that we have is the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is typically a love card, But coming through in the money column like this is an indicator of a partnership or some sort of business proposal that's coming your way. Either way, really, really positive, really, really strong there. The next card that we have is the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is a card of low feelings. It's tiredness, it's stress, it's exhaustion, it's being burnt out. I don't know. I don't know if any of you are like me, Virgo. I'm so tired going into the end of the year. I keep thinking it's closer to the end of the year than it really is. So I'm kind of just scraping through at this point. But I feel like energies are low and we're feeling tired. So do make sure you're doing some rest and recovery. I think you've had a big year career-wise. Some of you, it seems like, are in college or in school too. So it's been a big year in that sense. But do make sure you're resting, getting renewed, getting your energies right going into the new year. At the bottom here, we have the Six of Pentacles. We talked about the Six of Pentacles earlier. This is a card of giving or receiving help. It's very generous. I feel like you're going to be helping somebody at work with something going into the end of the year, like helping them finish a project or something. Just be careful that we don't overcommit because you're already, like I said, pretty burnt out and pretty tired there. So just be aware. At the top here for clarifiers, we have the Chariot. Somebody once described the Chariot to me as the vroom vroom card. It means there's action, there's change. It's about being on a journey. And I do think that this new relationship and or this new proposal is really going to move you forward pretty significantly here, Virgo. It's a big move. It's like projecting you forward, pushing you forward. So be on the watch out for this relationship or proposal because, like I said, it's pretty meaningful. It's pretty significant in terms of carrying you forward. The other meaning of the Chariot is new vehicles, so some of you very well could be getting a new vehicle in the next few weeks as well, which is super exciting. The next card that we have is the Nine of Swords. I never am surprised when I see cards like the Nine of Swords or the Ten of Wands come up together. The Nine of Swords is a card of anxiety, nightmare, grief, depression. Again, it's those low feelings. And conveniently, if you look at this card, this person is in bed. Again, it's just tired, so make sure we're getting that rest, retreat, renewal, getting the energies right. It's very hard to not have anxiety and not feel down when we're that burnt out. Energies just all around get low and then you feel kind of junky all around. So be aware, again, make sure you're getting yourself back together for the new year. At the bottom here, we have the Two of Swords. This is coming through as needing to make a decision. Sometimes though with the Two of Swords though, this is compromise. So you're kind of feeling like you have to compromise or you have to sacrifice by helping. It does seem like helping is benefiting you though. So again, if you have the bandwidth and you're not at that complete burnt out Ten of Wands stage, I would consider helping. It just looks like you'll be tapped for help there. Okay, now let's take a look at our love column. Similar to the money column, I did get a new love deck, so let's see what your love message is here. It says, trust transformation occurs through acceptance. Only once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. Okay, so in this column, it's anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love, Virgo. The first card that we have is the Emperor. We always like these throne cards when it comes to the love column. So in general, this is a good indicator right off the bat. This is very long-term energy, so you could be entering into a new relationship that seems long-term, or if you're in a relationship currently, again, it seems to be long-term. This could also be a card of fertility, pregnancy, parenting, very much so a father figure type card. Again, genders don't particularly matter there. But if you're hoping to grow your family, this is a good card for you. I will say, again, for those of you that are in the relationship, it just feels really respectful. There's a strong essence of respect that comes with the Emperor card. So in a pretty good place here. The next card that we have is the World card. The World card is the last card of the Major Arcana. This is about completing a goal or completing a lesson. This could also be travel, so you could be traveling to see family, friends, loved ones this going into the end of this year. But one thing I want to call out is this is coming through not necessarily as an ending of a relationship, but it's moving on to something new, advancement here. So if you take a look at our next card, which is the Eight of Cups, the Eight of Cups is a card of withdrawing, retreating, moving on. But again, it's not always like ending a relationship. It's more of an advancement typically. It's like going to the next step. Of course, for some of you, this could be a relationship ending with the 2 relationship ending cards. But these aren't your typical relationship ending cards, if that makes sense. If you look at the Eight of Cups, the cups are stacked really nicely, and yet the person is still moving forward. So again, it's like going from good to better. It's going on to that next stage in the relationship. Let's go ahead and clarify, though. The first clarifier we have is the Ace of Swords. Anytime we have an Ace card, it is a card of newness. With Ace of Swords, this is some sort of new idea, some sort of new mental clarity. I'm not really sure. I'm getting that you're finding out something this month in terms of love, but I'm having a hard time pinpointing exactly what it is. But just know, it seems like there's new information coming in on the love horizon there for you. The next card that we have is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is very confident, very self-assured. What I'm going to say is like you really are very clear on what you want in terms of next steps, Virgo. So just go into it knowing exactly what you want and where you want to be, and it seems like that will come into play for you. So again, go confidently into this new chapter. Go confidently into 2023 knowing exactly what you want in terms of love. At the bottom here, we have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is another card of fertility, so again, definitely good if you would like to grow your family. The message that I'm getting with this too, so the Queen of Pentacles is about being resourceful and being smart with your resources. I think in this new chapter together, you're going to get more time together. Not sure exactly how or why, but I like it because again, if you're in a relationship, it does appear that there will be more quality time together. That's what's coming forward in terms of resources. Okay, now let's take a look at our 5th and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the card Time, and this goes 2 ways. We're going to see which direction this message goes. It's either saying things are going to take more time than you would like, or now is the time to get something done. So let's see what the message is, Virgo. What direction we're going to take this here. Okay, the first card that we have is the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is a card of leaving a legacy. This is very long term. For some of you, this could be retirement. Congratulations for those of you that are retiring. This is also like a card of inheritance or lump sum of money. In general, I feel like the time summary card, though, is saying now is the time to take action. So in terms of future focused planning, getting what you want, be making the moves towards leaving this legacy as soon as you can. The next card that we have is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a card of commerce. It's a card of expansion. So really good card in terms of money and in terms of growth. Some of you want to expand your business. Some of you want to expand your knowledge. Some of you want to expand your time at home. Whatever this expansion may be, now is the time to get to working on it. Again, executing on what we want long term. This is also a card of travel, so definitely some travel for many of you going into the end of the year. And then at the bottom here we have the Death card. The Death card doesn't mean death. I always like to throw that out there. But this is a card that is basically saying now is the time to take action. This is endings, it's transformation, it's time to move on. Again, time coming through. Now is the time. Let's go ahead and clarify out this last column here. The first card we have is the Ten of Cups. For those of you who have watched my readings before, you know the Ten of Cups is my very favorite card in the entire deck. It's the card of everything wonderful. It's contentment, it's happiness, it's total love and support. That's what we're moving towards, so I'm not surprised to see this with the Ten of Pentacles. Again, leaving that legacy, thinking what we want long term. The Ten of the Ten of Cups, this is like the long game. This is where we want to be, who we want to be. The next card that we have is the Knight of Wands. Anytime I see this card, it's a card of freedom. And it's a card of taking action. It's a card of movement. I tell people this is like the Energizer Bunny card. So definitely no doubt now is the time to be working on this expansion, moving towards that Ten of Cups, whatever that means in your life. At the bottom here, we have the Nine of Cups, another really great card. This is wishes coming true. This is saying whatever you've been hoping for, whatever you've been wanting, praying, manifesting, you name it, is coming true with you with the Nine of Cups. This is also a card of material happiness and good health. I like that if you guys are coming down with a cold, it'll be pretty short-lived, so I like to see that good health at the end. But again, this is moving towards whatever your end game is, whatever your perfect reality is, Virgo. Okay, at this time, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But question number 1 is the 10 of Hearts. This is number 7 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2 is the 3 of Diamonds. This is number 48 card. That's going to be a yes. And question number 3 is the 2 of Clubs. This is number 46 card. That's going to be a no. So yes, yes, no there for you. If you watched your video earlier this month, we did pull a card from our Healing Stones deck, which is a crystal to keep with you through the month of December. We have Rose Quartz, which is good for softness, love, helps you be gentle but firm, really good for self-love as well. And then last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your Healing Note says, all healing is first a healing of the heart. Thank you so much, Virgo, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. If you feel inclined, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Virgo, and I hope you have the best end of the year.